Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Ronnie Ben, and this is my review of Rise of the Legend. Eddie Peng plays黃飛鴻, an iconic character played by a lot of iconic Chinese actors and one actress. Unlike his predecessors, Eddie Peng's黃飛鴻is buff and has a lot of attitude. Also, unlike his predecessors, Eddie Peng, the actor, isn't a martial artist. But he is in remarkable physical shape, which the women in the audience seemed to notice every time he went without a shirt. And he's no stranger to physically demanding roles. And besides, they can make anybody look good with editing. Except me. I stink. That hurts even more when I tell you that this movie even makes Wong Chou-lam look like a martial artist. He has a small role in the film, and luckily for me, he wasn't doing his usual TVB shtick. So I actually enjoyed his performance. Corey Yun did the action choreography for the movie, and a sign of his skill is just how good Wong Chou-lam looks, doing stuff that normally would just make you laugh at him. Sammo Hung is probably the best martial artist in the movie, and it really is amazing how well he can move for his age. He plays his character well though, and like always, he's fun to watch. I enjoyed a lot of the performances in Rise of the Legend. Eddie Peng is a good actor, and he brings some depth and nuance to a character that wasn't always very well defined. Plays fiery Wong's sidekick. He's also good in the role, and does an equally good job with his action scenes. These two characters are childhood friends, and they share friendships with two women. Angelababy plays Orchid, if I have to tell you what any woman in a Chinese movie whose name is Orchid does for a living, you haven't watched many movies. When she comes home from work, she probably says, "Oof, let me stand up, my back is killing me. I've been on it all day." Was especially good as Ah Chun, the fourth friend. She has the eye for黃飛鴻, but Fiery has the eye for her, and黃飛鴻is a practitioner of the ancient code of bros before hoes. Even though he feels the same way that Ah Chun feels about him, he can't block his home slice, so to speak. Besides, he spends a remarkable amount of time with Orchid, which would raise anyone's suspicions. That's not a euphemism. Ah Chun is convinced that黃飛鴻and Orchid have been playing hide the umbrella. That is a euphemism. Tony Leung Ka-fai is his usual dependable self as黃飛鴻's father, making a big impact in a small role. I feel bad that an awful lot of good performances are often lost in the giant lumbering movie that Rise of the Legend is. It's being shown in 3D, though I eschewed the experience and the expense. Of course, since they had 3D in mind, it means that there's a number of gratuitous, slow motion, this will look amazing in 3D shots. But if you don't watch it in 3D, it just looks slow and tedious. There was some really interesting cinematography, including what may be the first ever POV shot of a decapitation victim, but there's a couple of GoPro shots whose quality is just very different from everything around it, and so again, it kind of stands out for all the wrong reasons. Frankly, it looked and felt gimmicky and cheap. There's also not really much of a story here, or at least not a new one. All through the movie, I never felt any kind of tension or mystery. You can tell where this movie's going right away, and it moves along that path without any real surprises. Well, there are a few. I was surprised that one of the biggest heroes in Cantonese folk culture, and everybody else in 19th century Guangzhou, spoke Mandarin instead of Cantonese. But hey, if I wanted realism, I shouldn't watch a movie written by Christine Toh and directed by Roy Chow, now should I? Besides, there are some mistakes made in the movie that you can't really blame people for because they just wouldn't know. Don't ask me how I know this, but if you go into an opium den and yell, "Everybody out right now!" they're not gonna jump right up and run out. It's probably gonna take a few minutes or maybe even longer, from what I've read. But some things are the fault of the filmmakers. When a fire is started by people that we've already been told are going to start a fire for a signal, do we really need a flashback to when those people were told to start a fire as a signal? For me, it seemed like the story was too disjointed, kind of bouncing back and forth between the past and the present, and I felt like it ruined the narrative rhythm. It kept taking me out of the story. But I didn't watch this movie for the story. I watched it for the action, and on that level, Rise of the Legend delivers. There's a lot of action, and a lot of it is really good. There's some good performances in the movie, some interesting cameos, a yellow umbrella, and Angelababy's navel. My needs are met. Look, she's touching it! But if you want to watch this movie, go see it in the cinema, or wait till it's available for rental or purchase online. Don't steal it. When this movie's released to video, I will update the description with a link where you could buy a disc. If you enjoyed this review, please let me know by leaving a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment anyway. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. That way you'll get notifications as soon as I release a new review. Thank you for watching.